Hey everybody, Brad Galli with you here at Ford Field. The Lions are about to kick off their season against the Chicago Bears. I'm going to speak as loudly as I can here. We've got the mask on, we've got to keep it on inside the stadium, but listen, I wish 60,000 of you were packed inside the stadium with us under different circumstances, under safer circumstances, in a football season that would have kicked off with, I think, some more optimism than we've seen in Detroit in the last couple of years. Alas, we're going to have to wait a little bit to get together inside this stadium. Team President Rod Wood said he hopes by by the third home game, that fans will be able to be inside here at Ford Field. The good news, he said, is that for Detroit, there is such a long time in between the second home game and the third home game that the Lions and the Ford Field staff believe that they can get people inside the stadium and get things approved by that November 1st third home game. So there's optimism. We saw the Chiefs open the season at home against the Houston Texans. We saw a small percentage of the stands filled. It was odd. It was certainly a unique feeling after watching baseball stadiums empty for so long and the NHL and the NBA being conducted in bubbles. But so it went on. And then we saw college football yesterday with fans in certain stadiums in the South and different parts of the country. We opened today at Ford Field without fans, but we will be bringing you coverage throughout the day, throughout the night, on Channel 7, on our social media platforms here. And as football season, what's up, man? Football season begins. It's nice to see friendly faces in the stands working these games. You see the cardboard cutouts there that the Lions are selling for charity throughout this season before fans would potentially be allowed inside the building. I do want to point out that both teams have been working out on the field for a while here, and both teams are working out in a pivotal year for the coaching staff. The Bears, of course, with a pivotal spot at quarterback with Mitch Trubisky, drafting him second overall. But he has torched the Lions and torched them last season. He has looked good against this Detroit team throughout the years. Matt Patricia said he's not worried about the pass. Corey Unlin said he's not worried about the pass as he comes in as the team's new defensive coordinator. And I asked him earlier this week, narratives are written so quickly around the NFL. And with his unit, especially last year that he wasn't a part of, the narrative was it held this team back. The defense was atrocious. It was one of the worst in Lions history. And so I said, how confident are you that your defense can be a part of the positive narrative for this team? And he said he has the utmost confidence in this group and he wouldn't want anybody else in that room. So of course, a new man coming in on a job for the first week of the NFL season is going to be optimistic, but some strong words from the team's new defensive coordinator. Here's what we know about this team's offense. Matthew Stafford is back. He is healthy after injuring his back for a second straight season. Guys, I've been to a couple of training camp practices, and I have watched him absolutely whiz the ball around. He looks fantastic. Everybody around him says he looks fantastic. What's up, man? Good to see you. Yes, Happy New Year. Little elbow?
Happy football.
Yeah, baby. We're happy to be back around colleagues and friends from different stations, different work groups, and as we're inside Ford Field, as I interrupt my thought about the offense here, you can see, and I'll send pictures soon on social media here, they put MHSAA banners for the high school state championships in 2019, a really unique touch to this game day experience at Ford Field. But getting back to the offense and Matthew Stafford, listen, I know the narrative has been for a really long time. He's a really, really good quarterback. He's really talented. He just hasn't won the big games when they've counted late in the season, and especially he's a quarterback with great numbers who has not won in the postseason. He was putting up Pro Bowl numbers last year, and I think had this team done what it had done to start the season and maybe had consistently won with him down the stretch, we would have been talking about him as perhaps an MVP candidate. I mean, he had that kind of stuff going, and I think with the offensive pieces that they've put around him, Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn have made it clear they are doing everything they can to make sure Matthew Stafford, A, doesn't fail, and B, absolutely thrives. So what I really feel about this team, they're going to gun to outscore a lot of people. Corey Unlin may have the confidence in his defense, and he's supposed to say that, and he's going to believe in his system. And when you don't have a preseason, you're going to believe in what you do as a defense. But this team is really going to try to gun to outscore people. And they have in their minds, and we've seen it, some of the weapons to try to do that. Kenny Galladay has the hamstring today. So it's going to be tough without him week one. being much or any part of the game plan. TJ Hawkinson looks like a beast. He has added on a lot of weight, a lot of muscle. We know he's been working. His rookie season started with a bang, but maybe a bit of a disappointment. They want this offense to be full of weapons so that by week 12, 13, 14, like we've seen so many times here in this city, Matthew Stafford's not throwing to a bunch of practice squad guys. And so with that being said, they've added weapons in the backfield and DeAndre Swift through the draft. They added Adrian Peterson in free agency. They want to make sure Matthew Stafford has everything he can to do to thrive in this offense. And we saw last year, it worked for him with Darrell Bevel, and Kyle Meinke from MLive did a really good breakdown of the deep balls that Matthew Stafford threw under Darrell Bevel and how it was restricted for a while in different offenses around Jim Bob Cooter and Joe Lombardi. Well, those deep balls were back last year, and listening to David Blau talk about those deep balls and the threat that Matthew Stafford possesses when he throws them, I would look for them again this season a heck of a lot, because when you've got guys like Marvin Jones and you've got a sneaky guy like Danny Amendola who can do things underneath and especially across the middle, you have weapons. And in being in training camp, I don't know if we'll see a ton of DeAndre Swift today, but when we do, you guys, he will be a weapon they will use, not just in the backfield, but split out wide. He's a fantastic option, I think, for Matthew Stafford to use as kind of a third or fourth wide receiver who's got great pedigree. So again, the offense is going to, I think, really drive this team as I switch arms because my arm's tired. But I think they're going to be fun to watch. And as we reset here and kind of bring everybody back in, if you've just joined us, Brad Galli with you here at Ford Field. The Lions are set to kick off their season against the Chicago Bears. 1 o'clock kickoff, and I'll tell you what, it can't come soon enough. It is a bummer that you are all not in here with us, but I really, really hope that soon I'm walking into the stadium, mining through traffic and getting through tailgates, because it was an eerie scene coming in here today without any of that, like so much of our new normal has been these last few months. But we have football back, and I invite you tonight to watch our coverage. Justin Rose and I are both working tonight. We're going to be live starting at 5 o'clock today on Sunday on Channel 7. So join us on the air, 5 o'clock. Our new newscast for the next few months is going to start at 5 o'clock. We'll go all the way till 6:30, and then Justin's got you set for the night tonight on 10 o'clock on TV 20, and then 11 o'clock on Channel 7. And that's a full hour show. Both of them are. So 2 hours of coverage tonight. Football is back. We are bringing you as close to the action as we can, and this is literally as close as I can be right now. And there is Kenny Galladay coming out right there in sweats. So it appears that he is not going to play today. Kenny Galladay, the team's biggest weapon. He led the NFL in touchdown receptions last year. And there you see him walking just behind me there, the size of an ant over my shoulder. But he is a big guy and a big weapon for Matthew Stafford. Apparently he's not going to go today. So we're going to continue to bring you coverage, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere in between on our WXYZ platforms throughout this season. We're going as big as we can for our coverage, and we invite you to be a part of it. Let me know here in the comments what you think the Lions will do today, and let me know what you think they're going to do this season. And we'll keep track and stay in touch, and we'll check your comments and maybe react to some of the predictions and the bold predictions. And it's just great to be with you. It's great to talk football. It's great to talk about this team, and hopefully we're saying that in 10, 12, 14 weeks, because my goodness, does this team need a winner? Does this city need a reason to be optimistic and positive and come together to talk about something that we can all agree on, and that would be a winning football team. Thanks for joining us inside Ford Field. This is just the beginning of our coverage today. We look forward to being with you all day.